These figures watch for danger emanating from the supernatural and the everyday worlds. Often positioned at the top of totem poles in front of houses in Haida villages, the watchmen give warning if a threat approaches. The function of the three watchmen here is augmented by the proximity of the Notre Dame Cathedral, the American Embassy, and the Canadian Parliament buildings. They represent historical and ongoing relationships with the Haida. Ideals expressed by reconciliation, the nearby monument to peacekeeping, provide further context. This is the backside of the Parliament buildings, and it's on Parliament Hill. It's an area where we couldn't get to because of the work they're doing. And here's the hillside, and down below, behind these umbrellas, is the Ottawa River. Leading to the Ottawa River is the Rideau Canal. It connects Ottawa to Lake Ontario on the U.S. border. It's 125 miles long. And after the War of 1812, the Canadians found out that the Americans were planning to invade the British colony of Upper Canada from upstate New York. So the canal was built and opened in 1832 as a precaution in case of war and the St. Lawrence River not being available to move goods. It's the oldest continuously operated canal system in North America. In the winter, the canal freezes and creates a 4.8-mile-long ice rink. But in the summer, the canal cruise goes about 3.5 miles upstream and then turns around and comes back. Nice way to spend an hour and a half. After the art museum, we walked back. The choice was a drink or a ride on the canal. We decided to go for the canal ride. So here we are, getting ready to go on the Rideau Canal. We have other forms of transportation.
Please don't drink the water from the tap.
That's interesting. Nice flowers over there. What a nice bank. And here's an interesting staircase. Oh, and that guy's going to take his bike up it.
The Americans fought alongside the St. Lawrence River, and that was disturbing the supply line between two major British ports.
During the War of 1812, to avoid the St. Lawrence River.
Under the supervision of Lieutenant Colonel John Guy, but he had the help of 4,000 Scottish, Irish, British, and French men. And they had dug 19 kilometers out of the 202-kilometer canal. So the rest were just natural waterways that they would build walls around, and that's called the interior.
Here's another bridge with locks of love, and they throw the keys in the water. Not good for the water, and when it fills up, it's not a good idea because it gets too heavy on this pedestrian bridge. University of Ottawa. You can take classes in English or in French. Truly a bilingual school.
I studied there.
Ah, okay. I studied bilingual.
This is banned. And the statue you see in front of it is called Armenia Immortal. It's made out of orange tufa stone and weighs 6 tons. So the artist Levent Madian created it in order to remember the Armenian genocide that happened in 1916, where 1.5 million Armenians perished in Ottoman Turkey.
Little bit of the highway that goes all the way across Canada from the Pacific Ocean to the Atlantic. It's the 4th longest highway in the world. This is a drawbridge, so bigger boats can go under by lifting up the bridge. But they built these boats to fit barely underneath. More than 400 people died building this from malaria. This far north they had malaria. Along here the canal
So the
is
yellow
much
building with the silver rooftop that you see to the right is the Aberdeen Pavilion. L'édifice jaune avec le toit argenté que vous pouvez voir à la droite se nomme le pavillon Aberdeen. It was built in 1898 and was named after Canada's seventh Governor General.
This is a TD Place Stadium, originally Lansdowne Park. It's an outdoor stadium, home of the Ottawa Red Blacks of the Canadian Football League and the Ottawa Fury FC of the United Soccer League. There's been playing fields here since the 1870s, but the present stadium was completed in 2014. Here's the canal on the other side. See how wide it is.
During wartime, it was used as a muster post for troops being sent to the Boer War.
Along here, for some reason, the canal is only 5 feet deep. Sure limits the boats that can get upstream here because it's on bedrock. When they built it and found the bedrock, they had to blow out the stone with dynamite, which was very dangerous. But the canal had to be wide enough for 2 military boats to pass, and they were pulled by horses on either side of the canal. The canal was finished in the 1850s. The man who built it got in trouble from the British government for spending too much money, and he rode the full length of the canal once before he went back to England and died shortly thereafter at the age of 56. This big wide area here was a lake.
So to the left side of the boat, we see the Dominion Arboretum of the Central Experimental Farm. Sur le côté gauche, le bateau peut voir le Dominion Arboretum de la ferme expérimentale centrale. So here we can find over 1,700 different species and varieties of trees that come from far away as Germany.
Trees here from all over the world. See how they deal with the harsh Canadian winters.
At the right side of the boat,
Tulip Festival in May.
Durant le mois de mai, pour ceux qui sont pas ici, on a un festival nommé le Festival des tulipes. On peut retrouver de 3 à 5 millions de tulipes dans la ville, dont 3 000 dans ce parc.
Looking in the direction of where they have the Tulip Festival, we have just come about and we're headed back where we came from. 45 minutes to get here and another 45 minutes to get back. After we got off the boat, we headed back to the hotel where we knew there was a nice terrace bar and cafe. La Teresa offers incredible views of the Parliament buildings, the rolling Gatineau Hills, and the Ottawa River. For sunset lovers, this is a great location on a warm summer day. It was so warm and sunny, I put on Stu's Ovid hat to shade my eyes since I didn't have my sunglasses. We had a couple drinks, and then since it was 6 o'clock, we decided to have something to eat. Stu had a lobster roll, and I had a burger. That took care of dinner. Tomorrow we'll get the car and head to Montreal. Stay tuned.